Good morning. We're in Winnipeg. We just arrived. Colin, Andre, what are your initial thoughts of Winnipeg, or Winterpeg, I should say?
Well, it's snowing, so there's that. It's just like last year. It was we're a little bit later in the month than we were last year, but it's still -5, -6, just like last time. So, but yeah, we're excited to be here. The last leg of the fall tour, essentially. Just going to be heading to Carman today, and then Winnipeg tomorrow, and that's it for fall tour 2019. So we're excited.
Good. We can roll with that.
And we're in a caravan. Colin? Colin wants the gimbal. He's just been like reaching for it like a toddler.
Yes. I wanted to steal it from Daniel because he's got to get a taste of his own medicine at least some point on the trip. Get somebody else taking the video footage and stick it up his nose and things like that.
Whatever video you get of me, I'm always perfect, so there's nothing you can do.
All right.
Oh, the school presentation? I'm doing With the State Comes Coercion. So that's the presentation where I try to explain to high school students that we have a biblical theology of state and sphere sovereignty and so on, that actually maximizes true liberty, true freedom to do as we ought instead of to do what we want. And that's good for all people, not just Christians. It's good for everyone. But when we don't have that theology, then with the state comes coercion, and the state starts to impose its religion, in the case of Canada, secular humanism, on all members of the country. And I give all kinds of examples of how that's starting to happen in Canada today.
We're actually going to die. But if you really want a good workout routine, carry this camera around for a while. That is ridiculously heavy.
You think I'm so jacked?
That's true. I never really thought about it. Socks.
Judging by the size of Colin's feet, he probably got the elephant variant of socks. Andre, why would you buy a doll at Value Village?
This is a teaching tool, and we are going to teach people about how messed up Ontario and Alberta and various other family law jurisdictions are when it comes to families and creating children and so on. So you have to ask your high school students if they've seen an ARPA Canada presentation. Ask them what the dolls mean.
Well, you can see soybeans right there. Always with the camera. Here, looks good. Right in the middle of the room.
We're in Carman, Manitoba. We just got back from Dufferin Christian High School, where the students were engaged and informed once the candy came out, that is. Andre has this thing, I'm not sure if you know, but pretty much if any student answers a question correctly or asks a question, they get candy. It's a very simple reward system that has been tested on lab rats, and it definitely works on students as well. Yeah, so we're at Carman Canadian Reformed Church, the West Canadian Reformed Church. There's 2 Canadian Reformed churches in Carman, so we're looking forward to a great presentation tonight, hopefully a great crowd that can be as engaged as the students were this afternoon. So see you then.
I know what it is. It's a skunk.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is a skunk.
Oh, wow.
Dad can chew animals by himself.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe the skunk will go talk to your doggy.
It will probably spray it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very fun, would it?
Yeah, so now we're just headed off to the church. We saw a skunk sighting, and that's our second skunk sighting of this tour. So now we're headed off to the church to get set up. We're pretty much already set up, but start greeting people at the door and as they come in, and looking forward to tonight. So Mark's kids requested I do a cartwheel for the vlog, and seeing as Mark's kind of my boss, I better do what his kids say, so here we go. If you're somewhat familiar with
So we've just wrapped up a presentation here in Carman, Manitoba. It was a really great night, great crowd to come out. It was interesting because last year we were here and across the country we were encouraging people to take lawn signs. They were just lawn signs that said Canada has no abortion law. It's all part of our educational component of our campaign. We want Canadians to know the reality that Canada has no abortion law. So it was interesting because we've had some communication with those here in Carman because some of them had their signs stolen, some of them had them vandalized. It's a bit discouraging, but today there was actually a really encouraging point where there was this woman, she asked this question. She said, look, I put my lawn sign out there in the lawn, but, you know, and I was walking with a friend of mine, and my friend said, oh, that's just the fundamentalists who believe that. And so she was put in this interesting situation where she was like, oh, now I get to actually talk to her about the issue of abortion, introduce her to you know, just some basic talking points about the fact that all human beings have human rights and the fact that Canada has no abortion law. And it actually sparked some really interesting questions from her friend, some that we were actually even able to address here again tonight. So then that's really what this is all about. When we ask you to put on a car decal or put a lawn sign up, you know, part of it is just for the people walking by who never say anything, but we also love it when you're actually able to use that as a conversation starter so that Canadians can see the face, see the heart of the pro-life movement that you're a part of. So yes, that was a really encouraging part of tonight. I'm really happy to be here in Manitoba and excited to go to Winnipeg tomorrow.
Well, that's it from Carman, Manitoba. Over and out.